There are things that we could do to strengthen our stems, because early on in veg, being a house plant grower, I know the importance of having wind. And when you have like climbing house plants, they need support. Plants are not too dissimilar in that, where you are going to have a gentle breeze on them when they're young, so that your stems start to grow more rigid and stronger. And then as the plant gets older and those stems have developed, they're much stronger, you're preparing for larger fruits. So our buds, that's what we're trying to get, those bigger buds. So making sure that if we're not adding poles or some sort of a support mechanism, early on, make sure that you have a gentle breeze on your plants at all times, and make sure that they're going to grow up strong to support those buds.
Getting deeper into wind or airflow, I think that's a good transition here. Is some people are actually using that in trying to stress the plants to get a better result. Now, I'll tell you one quick story. Is I had a tent full of plants, and the plant that was right next to the fan was much frostier than some of the plants that were away from the fan. So I think of potential wind stress was helping to trigger some of that secondary metabolite production. But I can't find a whole lot of info online about kind of wind stress or airflow and how that can actually benefit the plant. Do you have any background, any information on that can kind of fill us in on?
I've experienced the exact same thing, Chris. I'm actually experiencing it right now with a Pure Michigan that I'm running. Just because I'm in a very small tent, I have 3 plants running in a 4x2. The fan is right up against it, and those buds are the frostiest. I'll upload a video later just to show it, because I think that there is something, again, we may not be able to quantify it just yet. We may never be able to, but we know, right? We see it ourselves. And I know that we are all trying to have like this image of perfection. Like we want to have all the leaves are beautiful, they're all colorful and all praying all the time. And the reality is by the end of our grow, they look haggard and beaten and weathered, and they're like, good God, put me to death. We just have to keep in mind, we are not growing leaves, we are growing flowers, and the leaves are there to be an indicator of plant health. They could be something that can show you that there might be an issue that you need to address. There obviously are solar panels and they provide transpiration and all of these, but we are not growing leaves. We're growing flowers. So don't be too discouraged if your leaves aren't perfect, if you get the wind burn or you get some curling from overwatering or anything like that. Learn from what may have caused it, but also know that you may have had an unintended benefit from that with that stress response, and we may never know.
This clip was brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrowIt15 to save on any of their gardening products.